Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Cypher2 back at it again, y'all, with another amazing video here today for the channel. Now today's video may be a little longer than usual, and is going to be talking about the topics I really don't talk about on this channel, besides every once in a blue moon when this actually becomes a wide stream thing that I really want to talk about. And as you guys can tell by the title, it's the end of an era, but it's the beginning of another era. Now, what I mean by that is that YouTube is changing, and if you haven't been around for a long time, and I mean like a really long time, like if you're not at least 19 years old, you probably haven't experienced as much of a change as if you are, or even older. Hell, I don't even know. As long as you're about the age of 18, you may have experienced these changes on YouTube, but that's a story for a whole other day about age. But if you are newer to YouTube, for example, if you're 10 years old or whatever, you may not have experienced a change yet, but you maybe will in the next 10-20 years. But I want to let you guys know this video is going to be talking about YouTube. Now, a lot of people don't understand what I mean by the end of an era or a generation. Now, this video may get a little bit more kind of deep into normal than stuff that I usually personally don't like talking about on this channel, but today I want to talk to you guys about the generations of YouTube. Now, I'm going to say generation 1 through 2 is pretty simple. That's when YouTube, first started becoming a thing. So, you could upload whatever you want. You could literally upload songs and not get copyrighted for it. You could have pretty much do whatever you want. I mean, you could literally upload anything you wanted to YouTube. Now, generation 3 kind of started, and that's when YouTube really became popular, as a whole, as a whole demographic, as a whole, website YouTube really blew up in the third generation. And that's where a lot of YouTubers really started to get high up in numbers, and this is where YouTube, started bringing in sponsorships, stuff like that to YouTube, and, having some YouTubers starting to make a little bit of money, and stuff like that. And it's fine. Back in the day, you could upload whatever you want. There was no repercussions for it. You could say what you wanted to say. You could do what you wanted to do. The third generation kind of started the flow of, hey, maybe this could be a personal job. This could be something for the future, right? This is where the startings of most of these big YouTubers today, that you know of, are, around. And then I want to say fourth generation, which I kind of grew up at the end of third generation into the fourth generation, of YouTube. And that's where, like channels, started to get, a little bit more intensive. This is where channels were actually starting to make some really good money. And this is where, the start of an idea of a business and a label on YouTube really started. And I would say this started around 2000 to about 2014 was the end of generation 3 into generation 4, as a whole, to like 20, probably even earlier than that, like 2010 maybe. Okay, this is where that idea of, hey, I gotta maybe start focusing on my content. This is where, you couldn't upload copyrighted songs anymore. You had to be careful what you're uploading, to still get your copyright, to not get copyrighted, and to still make a profit and ad revenue off of your videos. And this is where, YouTubers really started getting more serious. And this is where content, started, deviating from just, hey, this kind of content where I gotta be focusing on how much words I'm speaking, how I'm editing. This is where really YouTube videos really started to get professional to that regard. Generation 4, which is the generation, I just said, this is where that started. Generation 5 just ended, I would say, in 2019. So I would say from 2011 to 2019 is when generation 4 was, and that's where the big, COPPA, where you couldn't upload. Well, actually, say I'll be that more later into generation 4, generation 5. But this is where, where YouTubers were known for being rich. Okay, in 2014, they publicly made a video saying, if you're a YouTuber right now and you're sitting right here right now and you're gonna speak on this microphone, you are rich. And that's 100% true. If you really dig into it, a lot of the YouTubers started getting rich. This is where a lot of these big, communities and labels really start getting really serious in YouTube. This is where people are starting to think for Generation 5 stuff, which is in the generation we started. This is where, the idea of, hey, maybe I can own a YouTube channel, sell it to someone else to make profit, or hey, I can own individuals on my YouTube channel, pay them money, but I own the YouTube channel itself. This is where this whole concept really started to grow, and where really people were starting to, dig into YouTube as a real social market, as a real like TV network. Okay, this is where that idea derived from, was from Generation 4, right? Generation 5, right? Generation 5. That's where it really started, right? So this is where YouTubers were like really getting serious in content. This is where, maybe you gotta really be careful what you upload. Then Generation 6, which I would say is a generation right now, people are being, uplifted for things they've said in the past. So, for example, a great one that I want to talk about, if you guys do know about, if you're gamers, you maybe know about this, Matt Pat, aka Game Theory. He uploaded a video a long time ago. I want to say about 2012-ish, or somewhere in there. He uploaded a video about Pyro from Team Fortress 2, stating some evidence, maybe suggesting this person was either a feminine or, a female, or a gay male, due to other aspects in the game that are in the game. And a lot of people went onto Twitter and were, blaming him for being homophobic, yada, 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 and they try to get him canceled. And we're now in that generation of YouTube where people are being held for things they've done in the past. So now Generation 6 is like, you gotta be careful of what you say. If you've done some things in the past that are sketchy, you are maybe even being killed off of YouTube and no longer have anything. I can name a few channels. Zuli Caliber is one, Mini Lad, Own Wrecker, all these channels that people used to know and love are no longer personas on YouTube or anywhere on the internet, just for stuff that they have done in the past. I mean, like past like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Things are not even relevant, right? And this is just things that is happening with this new generation, and you gotta be careful what you say. And a lot of these different genres of YouTube have taken a hit due to this fact. For example, one that's been hit the hardest is the beauty community on YouTube. As you can see right now, there's not many channels that are popular anymore talking about beauty. A, because the whole COVID pandemic happened, and makeup wasn't selling as much as they used to. Also, to this whole be positive about your body thing is really popular, and these YouTube channels that talk about beauty have really declined. But if you're an old cat like me, we're used to the funny videos. I remember videos where people used to say what they want. They wouldn't be censored. They could literally say a lot of stuff that you could not get away with now on YouTube, that were funny and that I find humor, because my humor is a lot different from this new generation. And I'm just going to say that as the way it is. I'm not going to get too political on a video or too full-on descriptive examples on a YouTube video, because that's something I don't want to talk about with everybody personally due to stuff. But, and a lot of that stuff has come back to bite some people in the butt, and, it happens. Times change, right? And we're getting now into a generation of YouTube where it's literally grown up. YouTube is now, I would say, an officially adult. We had this kid era, where you could, say what you want to say and no one will really punish you because you're a child, right? No one's gonna really just punish you with a punch to the face, right? They're just gonna be like, okay, you get away with it. Then YouTube became a teenager in Generation 3 through 5. It became that teenager, where you're like, hey man, you gotta, maybe I'm gonna put you in detention, right? I'm gonna put you in detention for saying that, but we'll let you slide off. Then it became a young adult, 18 to 20 to 21, right? Those ages. And this is like where, hey man, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket for this, man. And it got to that age. And now it's Generation 5. Generation 6, which is generation we have just started of YouTube, and as a whole social network, it is now an adult. It's the most adult content social media platform there is, because Snapchat, you can still get away with certain stuff, if you're good about it. Same thing with Instagram. You see a lot of those popular Instagram accounts that still get away with stuff. And it is what it is, right? Everything is gonna stay the way it is, but YouTube is now an adult, and you have to be really careful with what you say, what you post, what you use, what people you're associated with, different stuff that you don't, really revolve around. And small channels, like myself included, and a lot of even channels even with like 100K to 300K subscribers, are literally being taken down for one simple video, one simple comment. You know, like example, 8 Thoughts was taken down and deleted off of YouTube. Both of his accounts gone, never to seen again, never to see the light of day. Just straight out gone. And he had a pretty good following there, you know, and it, like myself included, it's really hard now, especially now. You know, when I first started, it was a little bit easier, even in 2015 or whatever, when I really started making YouTube seriously, taking myself seriously on YouTube. It was a lot easier to get in the algorithm. But now the algorithm of YouTube, I'm pretty sure you guys know now what the algorithm is, what the way the YouTube algorithm works. Is so much harder to get into now because you got to be a certain type of persona, right? And right now, if you guys don't know, rated mature games like Call of Duty, you know, League of Legends and stuff like that are starting to die out on YouTube as popular content pools. Just watch gaming videos from popular gaming YouTubers. They're more playing Minecraft, Roblox, you know, rated E for 10 games. No games that a more general audience can relate to other than just Call of Duty, Battlefield. These channels who specifically upload content like that have not grown dramatically compared to other channels that upload different types of more rated E for everyone type content. And myself included, I have noticed this, that a lot of videos relating about Call of Duty, Battlefield are not as popular as they used to. And that's just because the times have changed on YouTube. You know, this new generation is really more everyone should be involved, right? Where you can get punished for simple things of having kids in a video now. Like, you literally now have to be in the age of like 18 to have a YouTube channel. Like, literally no shit. Like, if you're 18, you're not 18, your channel can be taken down if you're the owner of the YouTube account. Now, if technically your dad owns the account and you're just the person in the video, you can still get away with that, but it's definitely a gray area. And right now, if you're in any gray area of YouTube, for example, being a Call of Duty YouTuber or Battlefield YouTuber, you are not growing. You're not being pushed into the algorithm too much. Nothing is happening for your channel. You're just in a stuck position because of the gray area that has formed around YouTube. If you haven't noticed, even like longer YouTube videos are getting more popular. And I mean like videos that are 40+ minutes long. Content is getting more popular on YouTube than it was in the past. Like, you would go back even 6 years ago, videos that were popular were videos that were no longer than, I would say, 17 minutes and no shorter than videos that were 9 minutes. That was the most popular content out there. And also was the main content that most content creators wanted to make. Now videos are standard 15 minutes long if you want to be pushed into the algorithm to up to an hour and 30 minutes long. YouTube has now fully become what they used to say in the beginning. YouTube, broadcast yourself, used to be the full slogan of YouTube. It has now officially gotten to that point where you could literally broadcast yourself like a TV network, but digitally, and your content can be driven not just by the channel that what's to post it, but up to you and up to YouTube as a algorithm to post your videos to other people. And if you're not within that pool of people or people that YouTube wants to broadcast, you're in a gray area where only people who watch your kind of content or people who recommend you to other people are gonna know of. And me and myself included, I'll be 100% honest, I haven't grown as much as I have had within like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was growing this channel like crazy, but now I'm stuck in this gray area of content making because I don't find other content myself fun. I mean, sure, I play Minecraft. You guys can watch videos of me playing Minecraft back in the day, but I was just playing it by myself because I don't have an extensive amount of friends, you know, now due to my personal, you know, establishment of work choice I have chosen, which I don't like to talk on my YouTube channel. You guys can figure it out on Instagram, on my Instagram link in the description. No plugging intended, but it's just how my content is driven. I'm more focused on Battlefield news, Call of Duty news, you know, news around gaming as a whole. And I feel like this is a expandable enough news to talk to you guys about on this channel. But like I said, guys, it's the end of an era for Generation 5. And now we're starting Generation 6, which I believe started in 2019. Just because that's when the whole uprising of, you know, Black Lives Matter, you know, all this stuff that happened, COVID, all this stuff, you know, body positivity really started getting a hold and was taking a hold of social media. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, you know, that's when YouTube as a whole grew up. Where YouTube grew up as an adult, it is now a platform as a TV network would, you know, as CBS would, as Nickelodeon would, you know, as these multiple different channels on cable TV would. YouTube is now at that extreme level where you have to hire full teams of equipment, personnel to make a video. Whereas if you would say, take an example, a great example, TikTok, it is still a kid. You could literally just take your phone, record a video, and it could go viral. And it could be about anything you want. You could literally be really, really gray area kind of, is this even illegal content on TikTok? And I'm pretty sure you have come across videos where you're just like, wow, this is on here? Holy shit. That's the thing that I'm saying about. You can't upload that stuff to YouTube no more, but you can upload it to TikTok. And this is why TikTok is massively growing for this new generation of social media users, is because you can still, it's still a kid. It's still in its kid moment where YouTube used to be. YouTube is now like the adult platform where you have to start thinking consistently of like, this is a business platform. This is my label. This is that. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do these. I'm not even go a step into the gray area. I'm on this straight, narrow path of 2 squares where I can barely tiptoe in and barely skim the surface of the gray area. It's literally in that spot right now. And it is a big problem for a lot of YouTubers in general across the board. From, I would say mostly gaming and beauty right now are the most impacted because they have to start widening their content to different games, and really is hitting them. But other content like, you know, for example, MatPat, he even says that it's very hard for him to upload content because he is like the edgy lord. He talks about topics that you would learn in school, you know, topics that are like driven by ideas, theories, and evidence, you know, right? Stuff that is really not for everybody, and his channel is taking a toll on that. He's, you know, said in his video, which I'll link in the description or in the pinned comment somewhere, right? And I just want to say, guys, that this is just an issue that YouTube is in right now. It's not really an issue. It's just that a lot of content creators, like myself included, are struggling to learn this new system, this new generation. Am I going to change my content from what I upload? No. Will I still upload game videos? Yes. Will I still upload Call of Duty videos? Yes. Will I still upload Battlefield videos? Yes. Will I upload different varieties of content now? Yes. I will definitely be uploading maybe some Minecraft videos. I do like Minecraft. I play it a lot. I just don't have a lot of friends that play. I mean, I did live streams in the past for Minecraft. I have. You guys have seen my videos, have seen my live streams, see whatever, right? And I just want to say that we're in this new generation of YouTube. And is it a bad thing? No. But does it have its limitations? Yes. And this is where YouTube right now, I think, is going to start transferring to many other things, from the content you watch to the content you like, and where you're going to pick your side, whether you're going to watch more YouTube videos or TikTok videos. And that's really up to you as the user. I'm not saying what you got to do. I'm not saying you got to subscribe to this video. I'm not saying you even got to like this video. Hell, dislike the video if you hate it. I don't care. You know, if you think I'm wrong about this, it's your own personal opinion, man. But I'm just stating what I think is happening right now on YouTube. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Please, if you would not mind, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with a friend, leave a comment down below. What do you think about this new generation that's happening? And I'll see you guys on another video. Peace out.